Forever I'll live, forever I'll try. Forever I'll run, forever I'll die. Forever this heart, forever my soul. Forever I'll be, forever unknown. Days and nights, skin and bone. Forever this town, forever my car. Forever this night, forever these stars. Forever I live, forever unknown. Forever in love, forever a ghost. Days and nights, skin and bone. I'm still here, but you moved on.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good.
Forever falls in love with the guy that wears sweater vests. She used to be mine, but now it's like we never met. Forever leaves fast in the middle of the night. Forever breaks my heart and never says goodbye. Days and nights, skin and bone. I'm still here, but you moved on. I live inside an old photograph. I wish that I could feel your love again. So I live inside that old photograph. And I wish that
I think it's maybe just the intro. I'll skip it. There we go. Right. Hopefully we're not jittery now. If I'm still jittery, then I've got big problems going on here. I'll wait and see. The intro's still playing on my screen, so I don't know. I still can't work out this delay. You know, what does it mean? I'm watching the screen here, but I'm talking to myself on this screen, and I'm not seeing myself on this screen, so I've got no idea what's happening. But it's looking really, really jittery there. Yeah, I'm jittery too. Right, what if I wonder if what would happen if I close that down. Right, now I can't see anything. All I can see now is it says the stream's really healthy. Am I still jumpy again? I'm still jumping. What about the audio? Is the audio jumping, or is the audio okay? Damn, that's not good. Right. I wonder if I can do anything in the middle of. See, in the middle of the stream, I can't. Yeah, Mark, but I can't adjust it. Actually, in the middle of the stream now, the stream is start. I'd have to stop streaming, change the setting, and then start streaming again. I don't know if that would kick everyone out. I've got no idea what would happen there. Damn it. Always going so well for the past couple of weeks too. Right. And there's no, I mean, if I hit setting, there's no way I can change anything. Right in the middle of it. I can't do it. It wouldn't allow me to change anything while the stream's actually active. The audio is great. That's not so good because I want to show you some videos and things that I made earlier. Oh, my screen looks fine. I'm not jittery at all on my screen. But right, okay, well there you go. Caroline's just said, I'll maybe highlight that if I can. Caroline just said that she switched to 720 and now it's smooth. I don't know. So I don't know what's going on. I don't think it's the internet. I think it's a setting. I was messing about with the settings in OBS Studio earlier on today, and I think I may have screwed something up. So switch if you're watching this and not just listening to it. Switch to 720 and see if that's less jittery. I don't want to stop the stream to change things because I don't know if I restart the stream, if it will be a brand new one or what's going to happen. I've got no idea what will happen there. Right. So, the videos may work okay, says Graham. Aye, they might. Right, there you go. So, it's definitely something at my end, Mark. Right, okay, what I'm going to do is, what I will do is, I'll stop the stream, right? And I'll try to restart it. I'll change a setting and I'll try to restart it. I don't know if I'll lose everyone or if it won't work, but I'll try. So bear with me and hopefully I'll be back in just a second because this is out of order. I can't even follow the chat. Yeah. I mean, it says here that my stream is healthy. I wish I could share. In fact, can I share this with you? I probably can share this. I can probably share this screen with you and show you. Let me see if I can. Right, look at this. Can you get this screen? There you go, look at that. It says that the stream status is excellent. And the stream is healthy. So, according to this, error playback. Okay, there's a playback error there. Right, let me stop it and try see if we can start it again. We're making a few changes. Hopefully I'll be back. Right, if I start the stream again. So, I don't know what's happened there. I started the stream again. Works smoothly from Seattle in 4K. There's something weird going on here. Right, am I still live? Am I still live? I don't know. We'll get no way of telling. If we bring that over, what about that? Am I still live or am I not live anymore? I'm probably not live anymore. I have no idea what's going on. Right. I can see some chat going on up there, but I bet you I haven't got the chat up in my screen that you guys have got. So let me try to restore the chat. I'm sorry about this. I'm an idiot. I'm not doing very well tonight at all. Right, let's try that. Getting that overlay. Right, hold on. Right, I am oh, Graham says I am live. So I'm live, am I? And, right, I can't see the pop-ups, so I'm going to have to redo the pop-ups. I'll just take me a second. Oh my God, the life of a YouTuber. I tell you what, I am about ready to give up. For all of you members who watched the members video that I posted this morning, to tell you that I am about ready to quit. Right, hold on. Let's see if the chat pops back up. The chat didn't pop back up. Wait, try that. And I try that. And I try this. And I try that. Right, so who sunburnt me? No, I've got high blood pressure, that's the problem. Right, and now it is going down the drain. Right, I don't know there. Right. am I live? And is everything all right? Because I've got no idea. It's a little jittery in Seattle too. Oh no, it's not so good. I'm still jittering. I don't know why. It says that the stream's healthy. It says that everything's healthy here. Right, wait a minute. A bit rate of 4. Aha, right. Be back with you in a second. I've got a new bit rate. Okay, I don't know if I'm still live or not. How about that? Right. No, it's not the internet speed. No, it's not the internet speed. No, it's not that. It's the... It was telling me here, they were giving me information, telling me the stream's current bit rate is that, it's high and recommended. Recommend use stream bit of streaming. Nearly. Oh, it's not jittery. Oh, right, how's that? It was really smooth. Oh, it was really smooth. And I changed to another. I'm hoping it'll be smooth here, right? It's buffering a bit now. There's so many messages coming in all at one time. Some people are saying it's buffering, some are saying I'm fine now. Guys, you're the last one to have posted a message up there and said it's fine. Maverick Jones, perfect, looks good now. Okay, I think I've got it. It was the bit rate. Does anyone know what a bit rate is? If you know, tell me, because I've got no idea what a bit rate is. But apparently it was a bit rate. It even told me here. Right, I'm just going to refresh this. Hopefully I won't lose energy if I refresh this. It just gives me some more information. Right, oh God, no, that's... Right, okay. I'm not going to touch anything. Paul Taylor, is it bad? I thought it was bad. I thought it was okay now. Anyway, I'm going to go with it. I think it's okay. Right, everybody's saying it's okay now. Right, it's Dando. There you go. I don't know what that is. Paul, I don't know what you're talking about. Everybody says it's okay. Everybody says it's fine. I'm hoping that everything's okay there. Jeez, oh. Right. Is the chat on the screen going up though? Yes, it is. Oh, right, okay. I think we're here. What time is it? Right, it's 10 minutes it's taking me to do that. Let me just play 10 seconds of the intro to see if it's jittery or to see if it's okay, right? 10 seconds of the intro. Tell me what you think.
Forever I'll live, forever I'll try.
Right, that was just 10 seconds of it back there. Is that okay, Caroline? Thanks very much for that. I will, if I can work out how to save those settings, I will. Right, so how was the intro? The intro was going smoothly as well there now, aye? Oh my God, right. Melanie and the Bear Dogs, you must be a band. You must be, with a name like that, you must be a band. Melanie and the Bear Dogs, like it a lot. Right, okay, thanks. Thank the whatever deity you pray to, thank that deity that it's working fine now. How long it'll last, I don't know, but I'm not going to touch anything, right? Well, I don't know what happened there. Somebody put something in my tip jar. I missed it, but thank you, whoever did that. Right, here we go. Let me get rid of that screen because that's really annoying me. I can't see what's going on there. Right. Okay. Right, that first. Right. Hello, how you doing, everybody? How you doing? Welcome to the professional show, the Windswept Robert Sunday Show. Right, it's cutting out and replaying the last 5 seconds. Oh, turn on some backlighting. I could always do that, I suppose. What about just that? Is that better? It got worse. Right, okay. I hope it stabilises again then. That intro is maybe too high a resolution. It's a 4K intro. It's crappy again. Oh no. Right, okay. I don't know why it's going crappy again. Yeah, I can see it is jittery. You're right. It has gone jittery. No, I can't reboot. Oh, what I can do is I can just do this. Bear with me, and maybe that should. No, aye. The live stream is bad. I think that was your problem. Too much information coming in. Right. It's my fast movements that are jittery. Aye, okay. Right. There's going to be a right. I've changed. I know I've changed the bit rate again. I've dropped the bit rate. I don't know if that's what it is, but I'm going to carry on. The only problem is, for too many viewers. What have I got? About 10, 30 viewers. I don't think there's too many there. Right. I just want to check that the thing that. Yeah, the pop-ups are still working. Aye. Green Silver says too many viewers. I've got 30, right? That's definitely not too many. It seems fine here. I'm okay, right? It's better again. Way better now. Aye. The problem I've got is that I want to play a bit of a video, right? That's on my agenda. If I don't play the video, I've got nothing to talk about for a good half hour. So I want to play that video. It's not like the intro though, so hopefully it'll be all right. Right, my fast movements. Right, I'll try and no moving fast, and I don't know what is going on here now. But anyway, right, I'll just continue on because we're at 1:15 now. As you all know, I hate this. I've always hated this. But I don't hate this. I like this. And I've been going out, I've been doing some tests to compare the two of them. Just to see if this one is worth the oh, you probably can't see that because of the bad lighting in here. I can switch cameras. It'll not help much, but if I can switch cameras by doing that lighting's better there, but I'm away at a bad angle. I don't like the angle. But maybe the lighting's better, I don't know. I don't know. Let me see if I can just bring that lighting up a wee bit there. How about that? Is that a bit better? It's a bit better there. Right, I don't know. I think it is in 4K, right? That's a problem. I'll keep my eye on the chat when it's playing, and if it's jittery and stuttery, then I'll stop it. All it is I've been doing tests. I've been testing the. What's my cam set at? I've got no idea, Stevie. I don't know what I'm doing most of the time. Right, I don't even know why I'm holding these two up now, right? I've got no idea. That one's the RC Pro, that one's the RM330. Right, Fish Diaries really wants to see the comparison, right? Yeah, because it's a big price difference. I mean, you're talking over $800. I think that's the right terminology for the RC Pro, and it's only, I don't know, what, 170 or 200 or something for the RM330, right? So you're thinking, oh my God, like 4 times the price, is it really worth that? Well, I've been doing some testing, and I have a video that I'm still in production, I'm still making, right? I haven't finished making it yet, but I've got a little clip of it that I want to show you. Fish Diaries, this will be just for you actually, okay? And anyone else who's interested in a comparison between the two the two controllers. So let me run it, and I'll keep an eye on the chat. If it's jittery and stuttery and not working, let me know, okay? I don't even know if there's any audio, but we'll soon find out. Right, so here it is here, and I'm gonna play it now. I'm keeping my eye in the chat. Right, there's no audio on it. It doesn't matter though, because the wee bit of me talking is irrelevant. I'm going to skip past all that. Right, this bit doesn't have any audio anyway, and this is the bit that you want to see. The comparison, let me come back to my face for a minute. Right, the comparison here is on the signal strength between the two controllers, but it's the penetration part of the signal test. The other, thanks very much, Mark, for that. I'll try to use it, maybe not for petrol, but I'll try to use it for, I don't know, fixing the connection or something. Thanks very much for that. Appreciate it. Right, where was I? Right, there's two parts of a signal test you can do. I explained this in the video at the beginning, but I'm not showing you that tonight. You can do a penetration test, and that shows you how well the signal does through trees, bushes, maybe buildings, structures, things like that. So you can compare that. And the other part of the signal test that you can do is a range test. How far will the signal last on both of the controllers? Is the signal going to last, a greater distance on the RC Pro than it is on the RM330, right? Those are the two signal tests that you can do, and I've done one of them. I'm doing the other one next week because I'm getting an extended battery tomorrow, right? And I'm doing the range signal test tomorrow, but I've done the penetration test, right? Now, for the live stream audience only, and there's only 30 or something here, so you're going to get to see the results of the penetration signal test, comparison test, and I'm going to show you it now, and hopefully it won't stutter. I'll keep my eyes on the chat, and here we go. And I'm going to talk through it because it's there's no audio yet. There will be audio when I've finished it, right? Guys, thanks very much. I appreciate that. Don't know if your thing will pop up here. No, it doesn't. Right, guys, thanks for that super chat. Right, so here you go. On the left, is everything all right there? It's not too stuttery. Is it working okay? Dave's watching. I'll bring Craig. I'll bring that message up when I go back to my face. Right. So the RC Pro's on the left and the RM330's on the right. First of all, look at the difference in resolution of the screens. Right. The difference, the resolution on the RC Pro. This is a screen recording is incredible compared to the RM330. Right now, if you look at the distance. Right. This 200 meters. And the signal has gone, right? Signal has gone at 200 meters on the RM330, right? So you can't fly anymore. It's crazy. All right, so that's it. Bust. So here's the RC Pro, and we're just coming up to about the same point, just passing the A-frame there. There you go, 200 meters, right? We jitter there. We jitter as I passed that big metal A-frame, right? Okay. Now, I can't see the drone just now, but my spotter can. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Because there's trees and bushes, and it's behind that big metal A-frame metal structure. The drone that metal structure is between me and the drone right now. Okay, so it's definitely in the way of the signal. All right, so there we go. And there's where the signal went out on the RC Pro. So there you go. So look here. So there's where the signal went out, a distance of 200 meters. You can see I flew them both at the exact same height, 30 meters in exactly the same direction, and I stood in exactly the same spot. So the RM330 bonked out at 200 meters. The RC Pro bonked out at just over 400 meters. Okay, so that's not conclusive, right? Because it's only one test, and I'd have to run it maybe 10 times and get an average, to see if is there any difference. Graham, that question you've just asked there, which I'm going to pop up, it's the Mini 3 Pro that I'm flying. That's what I was flying with both controllers, the Mini 3 Pro. Okay, yes, it works with the Mini 3 Pro. So It's an alternative to the RM330, right? So that's exactly the drone. It doesn't work with the Mini 2, but it works with the Mini 3 Pro. That's what I was flying. Okay, so you can see there that the RC Pro on this test, it got more than double the distance on a signal penetration test. Now, I flew in a specific direction, both times the same direction from the same spot, and I made sure there was lots of trees. You'll see this in the full video, but there was lots of trees in the way and bushes in the way, and then there was a great big metal structure, and I flew the drone past the metal structure so that the metal structure, which is 50 metres tall, right? The drone was, I'm up there, was 50 metres tall. The drone was flying at 30 metres and I was at 0 metres or 1.8 metres, 1.4 metres maybe, the controller. So the controller was the line of sight of the controller to the drone was obscured by look, you can see all the trees, all of those trees. I'm down below those trees. So it was obscured by, and I have to reiterate, my spotter who was standing, not far away from me, far enough away it's close enough to communicate with me, but could see the drone the full time, right? Okay, for legal purposes, I am telling you that. But the drone was obscured from the controller by all of those trees, plus the great big metal structure. All right, so that was the penetration test, and that was how it went. Which isn't conclusive because you can't really judge anything in one test. But I'm not going to go out and do it over and over and over and over again, because that would be boring, wouldn't it? What I am going to do, well, before I tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to say thanks, guys, for that super chat. Really appreciate it. JD Force, I kind of knew someone was going to come up with something like that. Right, Craig said that Dave Cullen just messaged him privately saying he's watching for his sunbed in Turkey. Can't go chat. Dave, hope you're relaxing. Hope you're having a great time, pal. Hope you're having some nice cocktails or a Guinness, right? And enjoying your wee breakaway, right? And we're all thinking about you. Right, so thanks for letting us know that, Craig. Dave may have messaged me as well, but I can't even stream, never mind see Facebook messages and all that. Right, there was another thing I was going to mention that someone had posted up during that wee thing there. Let me see if I can find it. I saw a message popping up that I wanted to answer or comment on. Right, I can't see it now. Well, Maverick's drone says I have taken my Mavic 3 out to over 10 kilometres over the sea. That's a 20 kilometre flight then. That's a good battery. Oh, aye, that's what I wanted to say. Thanks for that. That's reminded me. Right. But before I get to that, Dogzilla Monster's asking, what are used RC Pros selling for? I don't know. I bought a new one. And because I, excuse me, I sold an amplifier and a couple of speakers. I'm a retired musician. I've got loads of gear. You want to see the gear stacked up here? I mean, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds worth of gear here. But selling it is a nightmare, because, I could put it all up for sale in 2 years' time, still not have sold any. It's just, as luck goes, you sell it as it goes. Right, so I don't know what they're selling for, but I don't think they'll be selling for any less than that. So you're as well buying them new. Dogzilla Monster, I think. Angel Station says, you'd be frustrated as hell at just 400 metres. Yeah, but I don't know if you would get any better than that using FCC, right? I specifically only flew at 30 metres and didn't go above that, so that the drone would be, the drone and the controller would not have a clear line of sight. I wanted there to be obstacles in the way to see how well the signal penetrated, right? And listen, it should be much better in this one, because this one has got 4 antennas, or antennae if you prefer, 2 externals and 2 internals, right? And I explain all of this in the video that's coming out, hopefully this week coming. This one only has two wee internal, and that's not going to focus because I've got the autofocus turned off. It's only got 2 internal ones, right? So the RC Pro should have a much better penetrative signal, and possibly a much better range signal. Thanks for whoever threw something in the tip jar there. I just saw the money splashing in, or something splashing in, but I don't know what it was, so thanks. So yeah, I could have gone much further than 400 metres, Angel, if I had increased the height, and I could have gone much, much further, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do a comparison with both the drones at a point where there was going to be obstacles in the way. And that's why I flew at 30 metres and only got 400 metres, which is the limit you can go to with a mini drone anyway, according to the regulations, which say you must be able to maintain visual line of sight and tell the orientation of the drone in the air by only looking at the drone with our one arm here, right? So, 400 metres is the absolute limit anyway. So if you're going to fly beyond that, you're probably breaking the CAA regulations. Take that as you find it. Okay. And there was something else I wanted to say about something. I remembered what it is, but right, a few questions possibly here. Graham Lindsay, did you use the automatic Mini 3 Pro signal settings, or did you change frequency? No, this was in CE, and it was in auto, so I didn't select either. Is it 2.4 and 5.8, or 2.8 and 5.4? Well, the 2 gigahertz and the 5 gigahertz, I didn't select either one of those. I ran it in auto. What I also had intended to do was do the test again at 2 gigahertz and then do the test again at 5 gigahertz. And I may do that. I may go back out and do that. And but I wanted to just do a baseline first before I did it. So we've got a baseline. We've got somewhere to work with as a standard. And then once I've tested the 2 gigahertz and the 5 gigahertz, we can then see, right, okay, one is better than the other. And then later on down the line, I will probably contact Drone Tweaks and see if he has yet developed the app for the Mini 3 and the RC Pro. I don't know if he has yet or not, but if he has, I'll install that and run all the tests again, so that everyone can see if there is a difference in using a different frequency and a difference in using FCC mode versus CE mode before you fork out £800 for this. But it's not just about the signal, right? There's a lot of really, really great features with this, which I do explain in the video, and I'm not going to explain tonight because there's another topic, another agenda point I want to speak about. But there are a lot of really good things about the RC Pro that you don't get with the RM330. One, for example, is the screen resolution. Have a look again there. I know that's not a great. See if I can rewind that video just a bit. Maybe pull it back to you. Right, so look there. If I pause that, can you see it? Right, I'll play it for just a second or two again, and just look at the screen resolution now. Okay. Now, the RC Pro, it's 1080p, it records that. The RM330, I don't think it's even 720, I think it's 480 that it records that. And also, so the screen that you're looking at on the RM330, or the RC, as some people call it, and I think DJI calls it, the screen you're looking at is very, very low resolution. I don't think it's even 720. I think it's lower than that. But the screen that you're looking at when you're flying on this is 1080. It's fantastic. It's like crystal clear, and it doesn't. There's no glare. It doesn't reflect the sun. It has a shiny screen, but for some reason it doesn't reflect the sun. And in the bigger full video, I show that. I'll hold up the two screens to the camera and show what it's like. Okay, so so that's good. Oh, Godzilla. Who said that? Somebody said, there you go. Stevie has just said, there you go, around 650 quid. If that's a second hand one and it's in good nick, that's good. I mean, that's £150 saving if my maths is correct. My maths for us UK people and my math for everyone else is correct. That's what £150. I don't know though. If it was only about £150 savings, I'd probably just go for a brand new one, and that way you get your warranty cover and all your protections. For 150, it's worth it. But it all depends on your budget, I suppose. Right, Fish Diary says you watched a few other YouTubers' comparisons which put you off buying it. Better, brighter screen, output connection, third-party apps, not worth that extra money. Yeah, listen, it's a much, much better controller, right? And it is worth more money. Some of the extra things you get. Okay, you get your HDMI out, which is a fantastic thing, and one of the reason I got it. But the other thing is, this might be irrelevant to a lot of people. You've got two extra buttons here, and a 5. Oh, you can't see that, can you? It's got 2 extra buttons up here, right? And it's got a 5. Is that an extra button? A 5-way jog wheel. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and press in. You got 5 buttons there, 6, 7. So you've got seven extra buttons that are all customizable, that allow you to do things that with the RM330 you'd have to go into the screen to change settings on the fly. And so you've got like 7 different extra buttons that you can use on the fly. That in itself is a great thing. Is that worth an extra 600 on top of that M330? Maybe not. But when you've got that 5 extra buttons, you've got the screen resolution. It's a joy to fly with it, an absolute joy to fly with it, compared with that horrible RM330. You've got that. You've got the HDMI output, which is, to me, is worth an extra 600 straight away. And the signal strength, which is looking as if it's much better. So all of those things, and a few others, which I haven't gone into yet, I'm still learning how to use it, make it a much better controller than the RM330. Is it £600 more better? Better than? I think it is. But I'm a creator. I will use it and use more of its features than a hobby flyer will, right? So you may think it's not worth it. But look at that resolution. I mean, the resolution there, surely that alone must be worth at least a couple of £100 there, I would say. To go out and to be able to fly the thing and not be looking at the screen and being a bit blurry and not sharp, is fantastic. Right. Okay. I know I screwed up for the first 15 minutes, so, kind of run a bit of time, but I don't want to rush too much. But there you go. The RC720, no, it's not. Well, let me say, maybe the screen resolution is 720 when you're looking at it. It doesn't feel like it to me. It seems a bit lower, maybe about 560, 580. It doesn't feel like 720 to me. But the screen recording resolution is not 720, not in a million years. It's more like 480. It's just not. I mean, look how blurry even just the where it says N mode and in flight. Look how blurry it is here compared with the RC Pro. So the resolution. But anyway, I am making a lot of videos about the differences, right? So I just wanted to show you that on a signal penetration test, comparison test, the RC Pro was more than double as better as, words are failing me, it was more than double better than the RM330, right? What I wanted to say was I'm getting an extended battery. Did I already mention this? I probably did. I'm getting an extended battery through the post tomorrow. It should arrive. So we'll be going out next week, depending on the weather, depending when I get finished my work. I normally finish about 5, get home maybe about 6. So if I can get out when it's still light and it's good weather, I'll be doing a range signal test comparison between the two of them to see if that makes a difference too. So watch out for that one. Don't forget to hit that like button. That's Mark the mod telling you, okay? And when Mark says something, he means it, right? So hit that like button, right? The thumbstick screws are too small. Aye, they are very, very small, Johnny Mac. You're right. They're jagged, so it's quite easy to use them. But you can fit, I think you can get things that you fit on top and make them bigger. You can get wee extenders to make them bigger. I quite like them like that. I quite like the way they are. But you're right, that they are small. Don't know if they're too small. JD Force likes my accent, likes my content. Where's my accent from? It's from Bonnie, Scotland, right? Scotland sits north of England and it sits south of Iceland. So that's where Scotland is. Scotland is part of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Oh, Steve, before I move on to that, I was going to use that as a nice segue into my second part. But Stevie said that the RC Pro is 1,000 nits of brightness. Yeah, I do mention that in the video. The brightness on the RM330 is 700 nits. The brightness on the RC Pro is 1,000 nits. So in a bright day or a day with a lot of ambient lighting, it's much easier to see. It wasn't sunny when I was out, but there was a lot of ambient lighting, and I did struggle to see the screen on the RM330. First of all, because of the resolution of it. Second of all, because it's just not very bright. And I've got an anti-glare protection screen on it. Don't know if you can see that. See that, how that is not as shiny as that one. I put an anti-glare screen on this one, and it didn't seem to make any difference. So I took it back off, and the screen was better without it. But without the anti-glare screen on, protection screen on that one, it's unusable on a bright day because the nits are only 700, the resolution's lower, and it's in a sunny day it's just unusable. Right, okay. And there you go. Another good thing is you can plug in the DJI original goggles. I've got the original goggles, I think. Well, I've got the FPV. It's not the goggles 2, but it's I forget. I'll try that out. I'll try that out and see what it's like. That'd be excellent. Okay, right. So, hold on. Who said that? The good thing about the RC, right, you can I can get that back off, I think. How do I get that off? I don't know. There you go. So I was going to segue earlier when I was telling JD Force. Oh, I don't know what about your wife. Right. Yeah, the accent is from Scotland. Scotland is part of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. And that moves me on to my second agenda point, of which I've only got 17 minutes left to talk about. But I want to talk about this. And this is the C1 drone certification, right? Which allows you, and there's a little table here, allows you to fly with a lot less restrictions. Fly your Mavic 3, your Mavic 3 Classic, any drone that is above the sub 250 weight, above 250, right, you can fly with less restrictions, right? For example, you don't need, if you fly without it, without C1, you need the A2 C of C, or in America, Australia, Canada, maybe some other countries, you maybe need some other type of license. But if you have a C1 certificate, you can then fly. No flying over involved people. If it happens, it should be minimised, right? So you can do it. Without the C1, you cannot do it, right? Without the C1, you have to keep a minimum of 50 metres horizontal, blah, blah, blah. With the C1, you don't, right? Without the C1, there you go, you're restricted to 150 metres horizontal distance or more away from properties, right? Now, you can't even see it at that distance, whereas with the C1 certificate, you don't, right? You only need to do your basic competence test, which everyone does to get your operator ID. If you don't have your C1 certificate, you need your A2 C of C, right, which costs you a lot of money and blah, 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 blah. Right, now, why am I talking about that, and why did the thumbnail say Brexit Britain? Well, because what I'd like you to do now is, and I don't know how many I've got in the chat, I can't tell, probably about half a dozen, right? If you are in Britain and voted for Brexit, please type in 1. And if you're not in Britain but you would have voted for Brexit, type a 1. If you are in Britain and you did not vote for Brexit, type a 2. And if you are not in Britain but you wouldn't have voted for Brexit, type a 2. If you want, it's just a bit of fun. Nobody's going to come around your door and chat and say, we now know how you voted, right? I just want to out of curiosity, see how many people I'm going to make unsubscribe by what I'm about to say. Right, 1 was voted for Brexit, 1's for Brexit, 2 was not Brexit. Right, so it's Jim's a not Brexit, Fish Diaries is a not Brexit, Caroline's not Brexit, George is not, Stevie's not, Lloyd did for Brexit, Graham did for Brexit, Richard did for Brexit, Derek did for Brexit. Okay, is that it? Nobody else want to tell us how you did? You too feared? What's wrong with you? You too scared? Right, Maverick, no Brexit, Maltese Falcon, yes, Brexit, Angel Station, Brexit, Alan Paul, Brexit, Swanland, Brexit. Is that what I said? If you voted for Brexit, it's a 1. Aye. Right, Gaz, Brexit, Gerard McGlinchey, no Brexit, Cyril Walker, Brexit, Mark Sullivan, Planet X, I think that is Mark. Right, so we've got a gist. I think it looks roughly split. There might be, I think it's a bit even, to be honest with you. I didn't count that, right? Norm Bright, 1 man for not Brexit, that's a 2, right? I didn't do a count. I don't know if any of the mods are doing a count or not. I didn't count. I've got too much going on to count, right? Okay, there's so a couple more. And JD Force, not Brexit. Martin Grufflump, not Brexit. Rod Gunn, yes, Brexit. Right, so I think we're split maybe evenly here. Let's see. I think we're split maybe evenly here on the at least in the chat of the live stream, and probably I would say on my channel. I think it's split about evenly. People who voted for Brexit and support Brexit, and people who voted to stay in the EU and support that. Right. So the reason I'm asking that is because talking about the C1 certification, which is fantastic, and wouldn't it be cool, and wouldn't it be great when we can do that? Because DJI, it's now issuing the C1 drone certificates. Isn't it fantastic? Except that when we Brexited, it's only for people in the European Economic Area and the EU. And the problem is that we Brexited and we left the EU, not only did we leave the EU, but we also left the European Economic Area. So Great Britain and Northern Ireland is the only country in Europe that cannot use the C1 certificate, and we do not get all the benefits of this C1 certification. So it's not that the CAA stuffed us, Jim. It's not. It's the fact that we Brexited, the fact that we left the EU and the EEA that has stuffed us. Every other country in the EU and the countries that are in the EEA that are not in the EU, like Norway, Iceland, I think, Liechtenstein, I think, there's a few countries in the EEA that are not in the EU. I've got cramp. Oh, ow, ow, ow. Cramp in my leg. Sorry about that. Oh my God. Right, so 11, Mark says 11 and 11. There you go. Good. I kind of thought that. I kind of thought we were split. I'll tell you, just if you're interested, and because you've all been kind enough to say, oh, I get cramp in my leg there. Graham, thanks very much for that super chat. Appreciate it. Thanks very much. I voted to stay in the EU. Because there was word about, and this is not the only reason, but there was word that this was going to be happening, and other things like this that were going to be happening, that anyone in the EU and the EEA was going to benefit from, and coming out of that, we'd lose these benefits, all of the benefits that we did lose by being part of the EU, including that one. And I thought, I don't really want, I want that. So somebody said there, who was it that said, I'm glad you can count, because I have trouble with numbers these days, Mark. Gerard says that the C1 is only for Mavic 3 Classic. Aye, it's the Mavic 3, the Mavic 3 Cine, and the Mavic 3 Classic. Yeah, that's right. But I think we all aspire to one of those drones eventually, don't we, Gerard? I mean, it's fine with your Mini 3 Pro and your Mini 2, but a lot of us aspire and hope that one day we may get one of these bigger Mavics. But why? No one in the UK is going to want one now. And I think quite a few of the creators have spoken about this previously. I mean, I'm coming into this very, very late, but I'm coming into it now. I didn't say anything about it is because, well, I thought everyone else was talking about it, and I don't want to talk about the same thing that everyone else is talking about. So I'll talk about it after everyone's lost interest. And I think the consensus is that people in the UK have really been screwed over. And a lot of folk were blaming, thanks very much for Norm Bright, one man and his drone, for becoming a member. I appreciate your membership there. Thanks very much for that. And you can see, I posted a video this morning just for the members, a long one, a bit of a heart-pulling one, right? You'll be able to see that now. You can see all of those videos on the members channel. What was I saying? Aye, so don't blame the CAA and don't blame DJI. It's because we're no longer part of the EU and the EEA that we will not benefit from this. And if you do get yourself a Mavic 3 of any of the types there are, you're going to be, from December this year, I think it is. Aye, for December this year, you're going to be restricted to 150 metres horizontal distance or more away from properties, and you can't fly in an area, even fly in an area where there are people. Now that means everywhere. So you can't fly in. The only places that you're going to be able to fly are where I fly, in the middle of nowhere. Right, you can't go to a beach, you can't go to a park, you can't go into any of the cities, you can't go to industrial estates or commercial sites or anything like that. You can still do it with your mini drones, yes. But if you wanted to get, and I eventually want to get a Mavic 3 when I can afford it one day, but I think to myself, should I really bother? You know, I fly in areas where I can fly, and it would the C1, you know, it won't affect me. But it's a real bummer for everybody else. Now that's just one of the things that we've kind of lost since Brexiting. So what I would say now is that I expect there to be no responses to this at all, right? But for those of you who voted a one, which is you voted for Brexit or you would have voted for Brexit, I expect no responses now. For those of you who, given the chance again, would now vote to stay in, if you're one of those type of people, put a zero. Just type in a zero, because I'm very curious about this rule that we're now, you know, we don't benefit from now. This restriction that we're going to face that no one else in the EU will face. We can still fly if we have a Cine, a Mavic 3, and we take it to one of the EEA countries. We can fly it unrestricted in the C1 if it's C1 certificated, but not in the United Kingdom. We can't. If you have an A2C of C, you can, but you are still you're still restricted. It says here, if you do not have the C1 certificate, right, you have to obtain the A2C of C, right? You have to obtain it, right? But you still can, even with the A2C of C, you still have these restrictions, right? After, at the end of the year, nowhere where there's people and 150 metres horizontal from properties. That even means, I would imagine, abandoned buildings. So that's even with the A2C of C at the end of this year. No, you're gazumped. You can't. Don't get the A2C of C if you're in the UK, because after December the 31st of this year, it's useless. Absolutely useless. So if you're in the middle of doing it, stop it. Stop paying and don't get one. There's no point. No point whatsoever. Right, Maltese Falcon said something that was spot on, so I'll go back and see. There you go. They assumed we would want more regulation. But there's the thing, you know, I think one of the reasons that a lot of people voted for Brexit was so that we would have less regulation from the EU. And then now we've ended up with much more regulation than we had while we were in the EU. But that's an argument for another day. I don't want to alienate half of my audience. You voted for Brexit, you had your reasons, and that's fair enough. You're entitled to your vote, and you're entitled to vote because it's your right, okay? And you can vote however you like. If you voted for Brexit, you voted differently for me, but I'm entitled to my vote as well. And we can still all be friends, can't we? You don't have to unsubscribe. Right. And we can get into... there you go, Mark. 66 watching, only 37 likes. Come on, give us a wee thumbs up. Just hit that button. Hit that button. Boom, boom. Right. Aye, thanks. Aye, keep to the sub 250. Absolutely. If you keep to the sub 250, you don't have to worry about anything. You can fly right up people's noses, if you like. And if you watch some of the auditors' videos, you'll see them doing just that, right? But if you do want... I mean, come on, let's face it. This is a great drone. The Mini 3 Pro is a fantastic drone. And so is the Mini 2. It's a fantastic drone too. Okay, Lassie. Lassie's actually here. Wait not grab her. Oh, what an idiot. I hit the mute button when I moved the mic. Right, there you go. Right, so I was talking about Lassie. I'm an idiot. I'm so sorry. So sorry. But at least I did glance down and see the and see the, and see the chat. Yeah, I know, I'm an idiot. Right, I've got 2 minutes left anyway. Yeah, Jim, I'm going to show that message that was hidden there, idiot, and I can even bring it up. Aye, yeah, I can, idiot. I absolutely agree. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The sound's back on now. Dear God. Okay, aye. So I don't want to get into a discussion about it because I don't want to alienate half of my audience, right? Because I voted differently from half of the people in here. And I voted the same as half of the people in here. It's just the way it goes. We're all entitled to our vote. We're all entitled to our opinions, you know, and that's fine, right? You want me to hit the mute button again, do you, Kamikaze? Right, I'm not going to hit it again. Right, so I've got just over a minute left, and I'm sorry that I wasted the first 15 minutes, but I think I've got the settings all sorted now. And I know, right? I know, it's back on. I think it's back on. Aye, it is back on. Right, I know, thanks, right. So I've got less than a minute left. So all I want to say this time is, there are videos in the members section of the channel that only members can see. It's less than the price of a cup of coffee per month if you want to become a member of the channel, and you'll get to see all of the videos that I post. It's behind the scenes stuff, things that are personal to me, about how I feel about different things. I post a lot of that kind of stuff to the members section only, and you can get to see all of that stuff if you pay the small subscription fee, which will really keep to help me going and help alleviate the cost there is for me to make these videos. Thanks for watching, everyone. I've got 10 seconds left, 5 seconds, so I'm just going to go. Hopefully things will be a bit better next week. Keep watching.